Get real, atheist. You're stupid. Alright? You're dumb. You're scared, actually. You're so scared of any kind of judgment or believing or even looking for any kind of truth because then you have to fess up to your immorality.
What's to confess? Wouldn't God already know?
Wochenend und Sonnenschein und damit die Rehe weiterlein. Weiter brauch ich nicht zum glücklich sein. Wochenend und Sonnenschein.
Greetings, YouTube misfits, miscreants, malcontents, and misanthropes. Claire's here with her coffee. Come on in, grab yourself a cup. We're going to talk about YouTube and YouTubers. Now, I may be unusually cranky today because although it's been a peaceful week in Soggy Bottom, I've been watching some videos that really annoyed me. What's maybe even worse, I have to start out today's video with an apology. Several days ago, I came across a video that appeared to be making light of climate change, and I thought, oh no, another climate change denialist.
Hey everybody, Charles here. I'm wondering about this whole global warming thing. That's a worldwide issue for all of us. We got to get global warming under control, according to Al Gore, who preaches the gospel of global warming. You know, something catastrophic might happen, like the earth will explode or implode or...
And without exercising due diligence and watching very much of the video, I immediately snarked off, called the guy an idiot basically, and threatened to make him a Dim Bulb of the Week nominee.
I was just making a joke about the fact that I was cold on a Monday morning.
Had I watched the rest of the video, which I should have, I would have realized he's just having a good time. His name is Charles Jones, and he does some pretty funny rants sometimes. I'll put a link in the info bar, and if you like his stuff, subscribe.
I'm in somebody else's video now. That is just the coolest thing ever.
You're very welcome, Charles. There are times in life when one simply has to say, oops, and move on. Unfortunately, there are some prominent bloggers and YouTubers who can't grasp that. There's a certain drama that's been going on for a while. Apparently, it's going to go on forever because the participants won't let it die. See, here's some folk wisdom from your old Aunt Claire about pissing contests. In the end, nobody wins and everybody ends up soggy. And with that in mind, I'll say no more on this topic ever. Now, moving on. Yesterday, I saw Matt Damon's new movie, Promised Land, and here's my review. Frankly, I went to this movie with relatively low expectations. I assumed it would be an earnest, if facile, consideration of the issue of fracking. But hey, it's just a movie, and given the actors involved, I hoped it would at least be an entertaining experience. Unfortunately, I was treated to one of the most tedious, pretentious, and ponderous bits of agitprop I have seen in years. Recently, I have seen two films that were over 3 hours long, and together they felt shorter than this cinematic dog turd. The very most annoying thing about this film for me was that there's a would-be plot twist, which I won't reveal in case you want to go see the movie, that is so ham-fisted and is so telegraphed that any audience member with an IQ higher than Plankton will see it coming 30 minutes in advance. And while we're on the subject of movies, let me show you a birthday present. This is a magnificent book. It is compiled by three of the people prominently involved with production of Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. And it has beautiful illustrations and production drawings. I highly recommend it if you don't mind spending a few bucks. Of course, there's an ad at the end for things you can buy from Weta. At the beginning of the show, I mentioned some YouTube videos this past week that have really annoyed me. Annoyed is inadequate as a description. I find them loathsome and despicable. This past week I have been treated to about a dozen conspiracy theory videos concerning Sandy Hook. I don't normally pay much attention to conspiracy theorists. I mean, most of us perceive them to be dysfunctional loons and just part of the cultural landscape that we have to deal with. But there's something particularly loathsome about the Sandy Hook conspiracy theories. These are people who apparently totally lack human empathy. For them, it's just a TV show. They seem unable to appreciate that an enormous tragedy has enveloped the lives of fellow human beings.
My name today is Olim is here. The reason I'm making this video today is to show you a couple of articles of evidence I've compiled on the Sandy Hook shooting.
It seems so satanic in nature. So I'm showing you this picture because not too many people have even said it. Look at the way the little girl is doing her fingers. And I've never in my life seen a kid suck their fingers or thumb or anything like this.
Everyone's seen the Robbie Parker interview. Very fake. No tears. No signs at all that he has been grieving at all, for sure, in the last 24 hours.
Both of their fathers, it appears, are a part of a high-level cover-up within the LIBOR ring in regards to the LIBOR scandal itself, which was rigging international interest rates during the 2008 financial collapse. It appears that these high-level executives, both these dads, both these parents, both these illuminists, are sacrificing their children, are medicating their children with these mind-altering substances. And of course, these people are all connected with the government. President Barack Obama is clearly scapegoating the freedom and liberty movement, demonizing preppers. And our financial system is on the edge of collapse. They're trying to take your eye off the ball here so that they can propagandize the great majority of dumb American citizens into giving up their gun rights.
One of my viewers, and a worthy YouTube provider in his own right, Orge121, did some excellent responses to these conspiracy theory videos. He was DMCA'd by one of the brain-eating zombies, Humans Win. Later today, I'll be uploading a mirror of his DMCA'd video, and I hope you'll check him out because he does some excellent work. Originally, it was my intention to include the Sandy Hook conspiracy theorists as a group in our nominees for Dim Bulb of the Week, but they're way too despicable for that. We'll have to invent a new category just for them. That said, we have some very worthy candidates for your consideration. Our first nominee today is Chase Chester, a young man who, uniquely, like thousands before him, has a direct conduit to the mind and intention of God.
Atheists are the stupidest people in the world. They don't even believe in spirits whenever they themselves are a spirit.
Well, Chase, perhaps you'd like to provide a bit of empirical evidence that there is such a thing as a soul.
You go to the people that lived in the Amityville house and tell them that spirits aren't real. You go to the person whose daughter was possessed, who they made a movie about, The Exorcist, and tell them that the devil and spirits are not real.
Apparently, Chase's view of reality is entirely shaped by his movie-going experiences. Word of advice, sugar britches. They're movies. That's why they sell popcorn and Kit Kats in the lobby. Now, given my experience with Charles, it's a little odd that a few days later I encountered a video that said pretty much the same thing as Charles, Only they were serious.
We got people all over the net still posting about climate change and how it's gonna bring doom and gloom and blah blah blah.
Well, Sugar Britches, and this may not have occurred to you, that whereas there is a great deal of material on the internet, for instance your video, that is completely irrelevant to the conversation, there is a great deal of published scientific research revealing that climate change is a problem.
I've been covering climate change for quite a while now and debunking the facts that it's double-barrel bullshit.
I don't think you understand what the word debunked means. It doesn't mean that you have provided a series of fact-free videos fueled by the cheapest alcoholic beverage you could find in your location.
All these climate change people, oh, the last 16 years data. Well, of course it's heating up. It's a solar maximum. You goddamn retards. Duh!
Climate change data goes back far longer than 16 years. The solar cycle you refer to has nothing to do with global warming or cooling. It's irrelevant. Climate has generally been warming since the 1850s.
Come up to Canada. Come see the 4-foot snowbanks. Come live in the minus 23 temperatures.
Global warming models don't predict that you'll have a tropical climate and a lack of snow and cold temperatures in Canada.
So I stumble upon this guy named Desert File. Okay, he's a goddamn Australian and thinks he knows everything about fucking climate change, but he's down under, which tells you he's, okay. This guy's not educated, man.
So you perceive Desert File to be Australian. Hopefully I can catch you in one of those rare moments of sobriety, because I want to illustrate an authentic Australian accent for you.
Hello, Internet. It seems that I have underestimated the cunning and resourcefulness of conspiracy theorists, particularly in regards to Nibiru.
Now let's listen to Desert File.
This guy's not educated, man. Not educated whatsoever. I explained to him that climate change is brought on by solar maximum, okay, radioactive force from the sun, okay, plays a part in changing the climate.
Actually, no. Solar variation has absolutely no effect on Earth's climate. Orbital isolation due to celestial mechanics does, but hey, I'm uneducated.
Frankly, we have a couple of knuckle-dragging morons this week, and so it's really a matter of who I find personally most offensive. I'm going to go with Chase Jester. Partly because, well, he was apparently sober when he made his video, and I am given to understand that he has a habit of flagging people. So, fuck you very much, Chase. You're our dumb bum of the week.
Were you born an asshole, or did you work it your whole life? Either way, it worked out fine, 'cause you're an asshole tonight.
Alrighty then, another Coffee with Claire in the books. I will see you soon with another video. Bis später.